What's going on, you guys? KidBehindACamera here. Pimple face here. Show it. Oh, pimple face.
You're one to talk. Look at that nasty hat you're wearing.
What about it?
It's all hairy and ooh, I think Clyde's slime is on it.
Ah!
Ew, and
Give me another hat.
And you have
So this is what she gives me.
oh my
An even
gosh.
filthier, even more disgusting
Oh my
hat.
gosh.
That's trash.
You know what? You got pimples on your ass too.
Stop! No, I don't. Look, I don't care. This is the hat that I'm wearing. It's covered in pimple face. Laugh at me. Go ahead, pimple
I
face.
should exfoliate your ass.
Oh my God! Exfoliate your own face. Look at this.
I did.
Where'd it go? Oh, here it is.
I already did, and I put cream on my face.
Holy shit! It's huge.
You know what?
I don't got no pimple on my face.
Yeah, they're all right here. Oh.
So you guys know I have no pimples on my ass. We just got boils on her ass.
I know
wanna
it's gonna
hear
believe
it.
that.
Okay, let's just do this.
No, it's really gross.
Let's just do this.
Can I tell them something?
Go ahead.
Okay, what's really gross, you guys, is sometimes Michael will tell me to pop his ass pimples.
That's a lie. They're gonna believe that.
I know.
They're gonna believe it. Tell them the truth.
It's the truth.
No! Today is Thursday, and today I'm telling a throwback Thursday story, and today, and I gotta be honest, Bridget, I'm thinking about breaking up with you.
What?
Just throw that out there.
Who would pop your zits on your ass then?
It's enough of that. I don't have, can't even joke no more, man. Let's get this
I'm starting another rumor.
No, God, no more rumors about me. I wear diapers, got ass pimples. Somebody else think they're related to each other. It's enough, man. Let's get this Thursday started. I just decided to film Bella because she was looking real cute for a second.
Oh.
Hey, Bella. Oh, okay. So, here's your daily dose of Bella, folks.
Oh. What
Look.
about daily dose of lazy?
I'll give that in a second. I want to see Bella's cute little face, so she'll stand still.
Okay.
Come on, Bella. No. There, nope. Let's show your face, Bella. There we go. Got it. Okay, Lazy. Alright, folks, here's your daily dose of Lazy.
Hey, Lazy.
Say hey, Lazy.
Give everyone a kiss. Give YouTube a kiss.
There you go, Lazy. Thank you. Bella does not want me to film Clyde at all.
Oh, Bella, you're mean.
Bella, that ain't right.
It's mean, Bella.
Hey, Bridget.
What?
You think you can ship out Kim's computer? You said you did. You told me it was shipped. It's right there. Bella, tell Mama that Aunt Kimmy wants her present. See, she was crying about it even.
Oh my
There you
gosh,
go.
Michael. Let's do it now.
Why do I gotta go anywhere?
Let's do it right now. UPS is still open.
I don't want to leave the house.
No, we're going. Let's go right now.
Well, I'm really happy right now because Bridget decided to cook me a home-cooked meal. So let's get a good look at this. What's wrong with it? Why are you laughing?
It's just funny.
I haven't gotten to the joke yet. That's not the funny part yet.
Oh.
I want a mixture of honey mustards.
I am.
Bridget's making me this homemade, home-cooked meal. We got some Alfredo. Hold on. Okay. First, we got some chicken sandwiches. She's doing her cooking process right now. Let's watch it.
That's already done.
Oh yeah, she did this one. She's gotten it. Oh, you missed that part. So you didn't. Oh, Bridget, your meal's done.
Yes.
So, thank you, Bridget, for the home cooked meal. Belle, you can't have none of this, okay? Belle's like, I want all of this.
I accidentally did a...
Is that upside down?
Yep.
I don't care that it's not homemade. I think it's sweet. She's making my dinner for me. I didn't want to have to do it. I think it's nice. And like she knows how to cook chicken patties or anything like that.
I don't know how to cook.
It's hard work.
I'm sorry.
At least I'm not. I love it. I'm happy. So I want to thank you for making my dinner for me.
You're welcome.
Why are you making that goofy face?
Because it's.
Ooh, pimple! Ah! Well, here's my dinner. It's not funny. I think it looks good.
Aww.
It's Alfredo and chicken sandwiches. Let's give this a taste. See how your recipe is. Okay, so.
Is it good at least?
You can really taste the radioactive.
The radiation.
The radiation from the microwave. You can really taste that you didn't add any salt or anything. It's good. I I'm happy. Quit reading into shit. I'm joking. It's good.
I don't think you're happy.
What do you mean?
Throw it out. Let's go to Five Guys. No. No.
Don't make me an offer like that. I'll take you up on it.
I thought you liked my dinner.
I do, but Five Guys sounds pretty damn good. They got milkshakes now over there.
What?
Yeah.
No. 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 No.
No.
No.
Eat.
Yeah. No.
Eat.
Yes.
Well, being that it's Throwback Thursday, I decided that I wanted to tell you guys a story. And I was trying to think of what kind of story that I could tell that would be relevant to the summer and all that fun shit, you know? And then it hit me. Today marks 20 years to the day since I got the worst foot injury of my life. And it's something that I've actually told on video before, but not that many people have seen it. And I left out a bunch of details, and I wasn't as good at relaying what I was thinking on camera. And so I wanted to retell the story, being that today marks 20 years. And so this is the story. It was one of the worst years of my life. So July 7th, 1996, the day after my sister's birthday. My sister got a little kiddie pool for her birthday present one year. One of those ones you get at Walmart for like 20 bucks and it fills up in 5 minutes. And she didn't want me to get in it with dirty feet. We were sitting out in the yard and she's going, "You gotta wash your feet off before you can get in the pool." And she's spraying me with this hose. And I'm like, "That's enough! Stop spraying me!" And she didn't give a shit. She kept laughing. So I take off running. I took off. I didn't want to be out there anymore. I took off running. I walked inside. I called my dad on the phone. "Kim's spraying me with the hose. I want you to come do something." And of course, "Get him on fucking..." I don't remember what he said. It was a blur. I got pissed. I hung up the phone. And then I looked in the kitchen. And throughout the kitchen were bloody footprints. There was footprint and there was blood.
Oh my god.
I was like, what the fuck? And I looked, the bottom of my foot. I don't know, what were you doing? Yeah, I was doing this. So, the bottom of my foot, I could tell it was like a low pressure. Check this out. This is what it looked like. And excuse the fluorescent lighting.
Oh god.
About like that. And it was blood coming out of my foot. And it was coming out of my foot rapidly. It was just coming out with a little bit of a... It was a tiny bit of pressure and it was pouring out of my foot. And then I called Dad again. "Did I just get goddamn phone with you? Dad, I need you to bring home a Band-Aid." I needed a Band-Aid. Well, I needed more than a Band-Aid, but at the time, I thought a Band-Aid would fix everything. In retrospect, I probably should have told him that it was a little worse than it was, but I didn't know myself. So I just thought I'd get a Band-Aid. I thought that would be fine. And from there, I decided to go to the bathroom to maybe get a sock on it or get some water over it, whatever I could do. So I walked by my brother who's watching baseball at the time. I go to the bathroom and I sit on the floor and start looking at this gash in my foot. And it's pouring out blood. It's everywhere. The bathroom that we were in at the time was the size of a closet. And by the time I got back up, there was about this much blood over the entire floor.
Oh my gosh.
It was filling up the bathroom. And I started to get sick. And so I walked in, and right when my brother looked at me, I guess I had blood all over me because I guess I was splashing in it. And it was on my face and my hands and my shirt. And Charles just goes, "Oh shit!" And he gets up and he can't fucking believe it. Something looks fucked up out here. Kim is in the backyard splashing in the pool. Woo! I'm dying inside because of what she did to me. So, as it turned out, when she was spraying me with the hose and I took off running, there was a broken bottle in the yard. And it stuck up about this far. It was the base of a bottle with a shard sticking up. And when I ran, my foot went directly down and it went in my foot. And came out so quick, and I didn't feel it. I didn't know anything was wrong. So Charles is looking at my foot. He's freaking out. He takes a freaking sock and rubs it around my foot, and he ties it, and there's blood spraying on his face. Charles decided to call Dad when I was laying on the floor bleeding to death in the living room. He calls Dad. They were at my grandma's house at the time. He told him how serious it was. They needed to hurry the hell up and get back here. At the time, I didn't even know something was wrong. I was like, why is everybody freaking out? I knew it was bad, but I didn't know it was that bad. So my brother takes me and puts me in this sleeping bag. It was one that I just gotten for my birthday. And I'm on the front porch in the scorching heat, freezing. It's about 115 degrees outside, and I'm on the front porch shivering because I'm so cold in a sleeping bag. And all I remember is people, it's kind of a blur, but I remember Charles coming up to me, and it's sort of, you know, whoa, he's looking at me, are you gonna be okay, my, go, and then it fades.
Oh my God.
Then I open my eyes again, and there's, gotta get to the hospital! And I'm being carried, and everything's whoa. Next thing you know, I'm waking up in the back seat of the car, on the way to the hospital, and I'm puking. I got puke over me. I was puking at some point, and all I hear is, "Oh my God, we're losing him!" Yeah. And fades out again. And then I woke up in the hospital. So about 45 minutes of my life was gone like that, because I was on my way to the hospital and I was bleeding. I was losing so much blood. I was dying. It was bad. I was dying. So I got to the hospital. They were gonna make me wait, and then they took one look at me. Get him the fuck in emergency now. So they took me to the emergency room, and I don't remember any of this. Everything was sort of had this feeling over me. And according to everybody, Kim and Mom and Dad, I was solid white. I looked like a corpse sitting on this table, and I was just laid out, and they're giving me needles in my foot, and they're sewing it up, and it was a whole thing. 3 hours later, I remember waking up. Now, in that 3 hours, I'd gotten stitches, I'd gotten medicine, I'd gotten all kinds of shit done to me. X-rays to make sure it didn't touch the bone. All kinds of shit happened to me, but all I remember was waking up, having stitches in my foot, and then going home. We're using a new camera right now. The story just cut out of nowhere. The camera overheated. What?
It's currently in the freezer.
Yeah, that camera's in the freezer. We're using a new camera to continue the story. Luckily, I can really whiz past this part because I don't want it to be such a long story that you guys don't want to hear it.
I just gotta say something. I am so happy you survived that.
Yeah, me too.
You know, I really love you, and that makes me real sad to hear.
Anyway, let's move past all that mushy shit. So, the next 3.5 months of my life, I would describe as the worst 3.5 months of my life. Because what we didn't know at the time, see, they thought I just punctured an artery. What actually happened is I punctured a blood vessel. And by sewing the artery back together, they weren't fixing the puncture in the blood vessel. So what would happen is every week for the next 3 months, 7 days later, the foot would burst back open and it would start bleeding and spraying blood, and I would go back and forth to the hospital for the next 3.5 months. And it wasn't getting fixed. There was no solving it. Nobody knew what was wrong. And it was 3.5 months of just pure misery. I started school in crutches. We moved. A whole new life had begun, and I was on crutches and I couldn't walk, and I was constantly in and out of the hospital, and I was getting shots and stitches for 3.5 months, at least once a week. Finally, around October of that year, we got some stitches done, and it seemed like it fixed. It seemed like it was good. You know, November comes around, I'm starting to learn how to walk again. It's amazing, you forget how to walk. Every time I would step on it, it felt like my foot was sprained or something. Like, it really hurt. And I was relearning how to walk, and I was walking through school, and life was going really well. And then our friend Chris McIver got hit by a car, and he died. And then not long after that, my foot busted open again. This time, my brother and me, and we were all wrestling in the bedroom, and I stomped my foot down on an air vent, and I was like, oh, my foot's bleeding. So they took off this slipper I was wearing, and there was 2 streams of blood.
Oh my God.
It was 2 different directions. It was spraying everywhere. Called 911. Ambulance came and picked me up. They sewed me back up. Went back to the tradition of another week later, it burst open again. It was horrible. It was one of the worst experiences of my life. One day I woke up and I had red streaks going up my leg, which is apparently very serious, and they started jamming needles in the muscle in my leg. This was almost a year of pure misery. Just pure fucking misery. Finally, they thought they fixed it again. They took out the stitches. They gave me butterfly stitches. It seemed like everything was going good. And then one day I woke up and the entire bottom of my foot was black. It was just purple, and you could tell it was like gunky blood under the skin. So they took me to the doctor, and without warning, without medicine, without telling me, without preparing me, this doctor took a scalpel and started cutting the bottom of my fucking foot. Now I'm gonna tell you, I'm being held down. It's like the worst experience, the worst pain I've ever felt in my life. Like, total misery. I was screaming.
It's
pain.
no wonder you have such a high tolerance.
Yeah, I felt pain, my friend. I have felt pain. Like I said, no medicine. And he cut a hole in the bottom of my foot. From there, I had to soak the hole in the bottom of my foot 3 times a day. I had to rip gauze off the bottom of my foot, and the gauze were packed into the hole.
Oh my, okay.
I had a hole in the bottom of my foot about this big. And you can see the bone. And there was gauze stuck into it. We would rip it out, and it would bleed every time we took them out because it hurt. And finally, it took about 3 months, which makes it almost an entire year. So 3 months of misery, soaking my foot every day, watching it get a little smaller every day. Finally, it healed.
Thank God.
I haven't had a problem since.
Gosh, Michael.
But what I do have left is a reminder. I have this little scar on the bottom of my foot to remind me of the worst year of my life. That right there is my painful reminder of the worst year of my life. Can you see it, Bridget?
Yeah. I mean, you see it way better in person either way.
Well, yeah.
But it's
like mutated.
Yeah, you know, that is just crazy to me.
I kind of don't even like anybody touching it, actually.
Oh my gosh.
I don't like it. I'm always afraid.
Gosh, Michael, don't scare me.
Ever since a kid, I've been afraid that this thing was going to burst open.
That is scary to me.
It's scary to me, too, because it still has, like, a weird touch to it.
Well, I don't like that.
So...
You're going to start wearing socks, honey.
That's the story. I left out a lot of details, but it's such a long story because it lasted almost a year. But that's it, man. I stepped on a shard of glass, which punctured a blood vessel, and nobody knew for about a year. And so I spent the next year in and out of hospitals getting it fixed. And that was 20 years to today. Which means next year, my foot injury will be old enough to drink. I don't like remembering that. It was one of the worst years of my life. But...
Well, I am so thankful that you're fine, and it hasn't happened since. That's scary to me. I'm really, really sorry you went through that.
Bella, comfort me. I feel sad.
That's real sad.
Bella don't care about me. She just wants treats.
I care about you.
Well, that's going to be it for today, you guys. Thanks for watching. I realize most of this vlog was a story, and I apologize for anybody that didn't like that.
It was such a sad story. Oh my god.
It just took up so much time, and I wanted to tell it. It was 20 years ago today, and I was just thinking about it, and it's one of those things that still affects me. I still think about it a lot. It was the worst year of my life. I almost died. You know, the doctor told us that if we had been any later, I would have bled to death. So... I had to get a blood transfusion. I left that out of the story. I needed a blood transfusion, people. So I almost died. So that's obviously something that's gonna stick with me. I was almost not here. So I don't know. I think I was just thinking about it. That was 20 years ago today, and Kim still blames herself for it. Kim, it's cool, dude. You know, it was 20 years ago.
That bitch.
Okay, don't make her feel worse. She was really almost crying on the phone today. We were talking. It's Kim. Seriously, I don't hold any grudges for it. It was an accident. We were kids. We were swimming in a little pool and
You're
shit
the one who
happened.
stepped on it.
Because she was spraying me with the hose and I took off.
Now who left the glass there?
Our neighbors.
It's their fault.
The neighbors threw bottles over into our yard. I left that out too. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for watching, you guys. Miserable time. I almost died. That's what the majority of this was, and I'm sorry if you don't like the stories, but if you do...
I am really happy you're still alive and here.
Thanks for interrupting me during the outro. I appreciate that.
Wow.
Anyway, thanks for watching, you guys. Like...
Subscribe.
Favorite. I'm not turning it back to her. Follow me on everything. She's out of the outro. And that's it. Okay, you gotta...
Follow on everything, Bridget West.
And that's it.
Wait.
That's it.
A large sweet tea and what else? I'm sorry.
Oh God, I want 2 large Cokes
Okay.
and a large sweet tea. I am not lying, I threw up. That mac and cheese, that's the worst shit I put in my mouth.
Okay, Grandpa. I think it's 6:46.
I've had dog food taste better. You know, I need to make me a sign that says Burger King's mac and cheese sucks and walk out in front of your store.